This video is of a dip I took in Lake Ontario on Easter Day 2021. You can hear the conversation of Matt and Magnus as I prepare to go in. Although it seems that Matt, Magnus, and I have the pristine waters and sky of the day to ourselves, silent observers, like yourself, are peering into this moment through a portal in time, an iPhone propped on a rock. And although being in the cold water brings my mind into my body and my thoughts to the present, I was aware of you silent observers all the while, and I thank you for listening and watching and allowing this moment to live on in your minds. As I thought about the audience of this cold plunge, I began to ponder what it means to have an audience. As we move through life, there are moments known only to us, and there are moments that the world witnesses. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody is there to hear it, does it make a sound? This thought experiment touches upon a deep worry that I think many people share. If the events of their life go unnoticed, did they really live? Life is filled with special moments that seem to sing above the background noise of the day-to-day, where you accomplish something you thought out of reach, you create something that makes even you hold your breath, or maybe you experience a moment where nature allows you to be her silent observer, opening up a small part of her beauty to you in a way that only you will know. But do these experiences become richer the more they are shared, or the larger the audience grows? Or do we dilute momentous experiences by trying to recreate them through words, visuals, and sounds? Media that often feel incapable of communicating the power that these moments had over you. This is an idea I struggle with anytime I begin thinking about the world, my future, and what I want to make at the intersection of the two. On one hand, I know that relying on the approval of others is a dangerous dependency that will escalate with time, and that being fulfilled in yourself is a much more sustainable feat. But on the other hand, I know that part of me extends beyond the self, and that I am those who I engage with. The conversations I've had with friends, adventures I've shared while exposed to the world, and enchanting music I've experienced in jam sessions are all expressions of myself and those I've shared them with that could not exist without a collective to create them and an audience to witness them. It would seem that like everything in life, it is about balance. We must be comfortable with ourselves and find joy in quiet moments alone. We must be vulnerable with others and expose ourselves to the forces they can exert on our lives. And maybe most importantly, we must be an audience to others, because after all, everybody shares in the struggle to be heard. The feat of reaching an audience mystifies me. It would seem that starting from within and extending outwards, any idea you hope to share must be transported and communicated by some media. In the purest form, you are the sole audience of your experience, and you engage with that sensory experience with the whole of your body and mind. And even this is a minute sampling of the symphony of experience that the universe is creating for you at any given moment in time. If you then choose to share this feeling with a friend, you have the insurmountable task of condensing an extensive collection of experience into an algorithm of words. Without a doubt, the interpretation of that friend is far removed from what you experienced, but nonetheless, they will find their own beauty in this experience you've shared with them. I think the same could be said about art. Artistic influence will pass through numerous filters and distortions on its path outward. These transformations are influenced by the choice of media and the audience that interprets each stage of mutation. Again, the interpretation is unique to each person, but there is a sort of fractal beauty to the fact that one single idea can impact people in infinitely different ways. With so many changes and interpretations to any idea, anyone choosing to share an idea, an experience, or a masterpiece must be willing to push through those transition states with the hope that one day their message will find its audience, and that although the reception of it will be unique to those receiving it, it will impact them immeasurably. In my thinking, the drive to persevere through these difficult transitions can come from two places: the need to be heard or have your work witnessed, and the feeling that you have something to share with others that might affect change within or without them. Social media has created a yellow brick road for people seeking the former, and those seeking the latter are left to ask themselves whether they truly have anything to share with the world. The imagery associated with an audience likely varies from person to person, but I think it often is associated with a large scale. However, most of the audiences we will engage with in life are small and intimate, something as simple as a morning conversation with your significant other. Anytime we engage with others, there is an aspect of somebody producing, be it through words, movements, sounds, and there are those who are consuming these generous offerings. But people produce on larger scales as well, with respect to time and complexity. Imagine an individual taking a brave step to produce an album driven by their passion and fueled by their funk, so that an unknown audience might find meaning and joy in it. Life is all about the balance of sharing your gifts and being there to receive others. It scares me to see those trapped in the depths of consumption, forever a member of the audience, watching show after show, meme after meme, when I know that everybody has something unique to share with the world. But these are decisions that we each have to make, because at the end of the day, there's only one audience that matters. For a while, I think I've been comfortable being an audience of one, yet I've always felt a desire to share with others and be heard by ears that are listening. But what do I say? And who is listening? For those who are listening, I'll say this. Before you seek out others, be your own audience. If you can't find meaning in the life you live, in the thoughts you have, how will others? Then, once you find your message, the audience will follow. I guess all of this is to say that I'm still at step one, because I have no idea who I'm talking to.